Examples. This first type will be missing side. Okay, so part one, examples, missing side. And then we're going to do part three, so this will be part two actually, where we're going to do missing angle. So number one. I like doing these guys. I think we will too. Let's look at the surface and angle. So this is 104 degrees. This is 47 degrees. This side is 15 centimeters. And I don't know this side. That's what I want to know. Okay, so first time you're doing these problems, so actually this is the first time you ever do a problem like this. So let's first of all get this out of the way. You can't use SOHCAHTOA on this. Doesn't work. It only works for right triangles. So if you try to do SOHCAHTOA, you're gonna get a wrong answer. Okay. What's nice about the law of sines is that it works with these triangles and with right triangles, so it's more powerful in a sense because it works with all triangles. Okay. So here we go. The first thing is we're going to label. Okay. When you label these, you can label them in any order that you want. But just right now, since we're doing it together, to be consistent. Okay, so that's A. This would be side A because it's directly across angle A. Side B and side C. Okay. So remember, we're going to set up two fractions, okay, and then this is how you pick. For sure, you're going to pick the one where you know both things. I know the angle and the side. Which side would that be? A, right? A. So we're going to use fraction A. Okay, so sine of 47 over side A is 15. So this is my A fraction, right? Angle A, side A. Okay. Now here I have choices, right? I could use B or C, but actually I can only use one. Who should I use, B or C?
B.
B, why B?
Because it has a number.
Because it has this number and because that's what we're looking for, right? That's what we need. So that's why we use B. Okay, so sine of 104, that's angle B, over side B. You can put X if you want, or side B, it's the same thing. Okay. Are we good on the setup? Does that make sense? Why we set up? Yes, okay. So notice, it satisfies what we said earlier. I know, I don't know. One thing you don't know, that's what you want, okay? Okay, everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay guys, now I'm gonna do some math wizardy stuff. Okay, it's gonna be weird. Usually, you don't want, not usually, you never want the unknown at the bottom, so you gotta bring it to the top. You guys know how to do that. Like, you multiply both sides by B, then you would divide by this, multiply by this. But there's a little shortcut, okay, and this is gonna seem like wizardy stuff, but you can flip fractions as long as you do it to both. Okay, so here's what I mean. It's completely mathematically legal. Watch. I flip this fraction, and I flip this fraction. Feels really weird if you've never done that. It feels like that shouldn't work, but it does. Okay. And it saves me time because I don't have to solve it. I don't have to go multiply both sides, divide both sides, divide both sides. Okay. Now, B is on top, which is what I want. Okay. So I need the B by itself. How do I get rid of the sine 104? Multiply both sides, right? Because I'm dividing by sine 104. So I'm going to multiply this by 104 and multiply this side by 104. Is my side B by itself now? Yes, right? So here, guys, now the rest is your calculator. So you will have your calculator for the rest of this unit because we need to use it. Okay, so just make sure your calculator is in degree mode. because we're working with degrees, so check your mode, degrees, and type it in like this. I would suggest you type it in like a fraction, so alpha y equals, or no, alpha x to make it look like a fraction. Okay, so you don't make a mistake in the order of operations. And just type it in exactly like that. Sine 104 times 15 divided by sine 47, right? In your calculator, you put parentheses there. You should get a decimal, just round it to the nearest tenth. What are we getting? 19.9. And I think we're doing centimeters on this problem. Can we get some confirmations? Everybody getting this? Yes. Okay. Now, students, so far today, if you're not getting this answer, just check you plugged it in exactly like that. Some students plug in the wrong number, but it should be good. Okay. Questions right now, guys? All right, let's try one. Number 2. Here we go. I'm gonna break this in 2 parts. Okay, so first I'm gonna see if you set it up right. And then I'll give you time to do it. So there's the 3 angles. They give us 3 angles this time. This side is 28 feet. And we want this side. Now, when you're doing this on your own, like tomorrow, you'll label however you want, but just so that our work matches, let's label like this. Okay, let me give you 40 seconds here to just do the setup, to see if you set it up right, if you know which ones to pick, okay? And then I'll give you more time to solve it. So this would be the labeling, A, C, B. So for sure you have to use which one? C, right? So for sure, because that one's complete. So sine 75 over 28. This one's the C one. Should I use A or B on the other one? B, because that's what we're looking for. So sine 42 over B. Okay, I'll stop there again, give you some more time to get your answer. This is identical to the last one, so this. Yeah. Guys, I don't know if you really understand what I'm saying. This is more powerful than SOHCAHTOA, because SOHCAHTOA only works with right triangles. This works with right triangles and these triangles, so it's like more powerful. It does more stuff. So like we could have completely skipped SOHCAHTOA and you could have just named this too, because it's more powerful, right? Okay, what are you guys getting? 19.4. Can we get some more confirmations? Yes, okay. Feet. What's it called? I was going to tell you something, I forgot. I don't remember what this is. Okay, we're good? Questions? Oh yeah, this is very important. Why do we flip? Why do we flip the fact? Like that's important for you guys. B's on the bottom, right? You don't want it at the bottom. That's the purpose of flipping. So don't always just flip just to flip. We just flip because we don't want it at the bottom. That's the point, okay? Okay, let's do a little word problem. Okay. On your paper, column number 3. I'll read it for you. It says a pilot on an airplane begins a flight traveling 80 miles northwest. To avoid a storm, he makes a turn. A lot of airplanes on the news lately, right? Then he returns to his original location. Obviously, a triangle does not exactly, follow the path, more. But this is an approximation. And then he returns home. He returns to the same distance he took off. So here's the description. He starts right here, flies this way 80 miles, turns back. This is an approximation because obviously a plane doesn't turn like that, and then comes back. So they want to know what's the total distance that the plane traveled. Okay, so we need to figure out what this is and what this is, right? So let's start labeling first. A, B, C. I don't want you to get tripped up when you're doing this. Who's A, who's B, it doesn't matter. Okay, whenever you want A, you call that A. Just stick to it though, okay? And so this would make this side B, this side C, this side A. So to find the total distance, I would need to do side A plus side B plus side C. That would give me my total distance. Right? I know side A, but I don't know these two. So I need side B and side C. Okay? Okay, so using law of sines, do we have anybody that's complete? Who? A, kinda, right? But we're missing the angle. But can we find that angle? Oops. Yeah. Right, we can find that angle without doing any fancy math. Because what do all three have to add up to?
180.
180. Okay, so we're gonna use that. Angle A. There's a lot of ways to compute that. Okay, here's one like in a single line. Here's how you do it. 180 minus what those two add up to. That's one way you can do it. There's other ways you can do it, but 57? The point is that you add the other two and then they have to subtract from 180. Or in other words, all three of them have to add up to 180. Right? Is that okay, guys? We're good with that? Okay, so 57. So now we make a choice. Who do we want to solve for first? It doesn't matter, just pick one. So we need B and C. Let's look for B, side B. You could look for side C if you wanted first, but the point is we need both sides. Okay, so for side B, again, for sure, we need our fraction A, because that one's complete. Side A is 80, right? Angle A, side A. Right? And then, since I'm looking for B, I'm going to use the B one. Right? So angle B is 15 degrees, and I don't know side B. Should I flip this fraction? Absolutely, right, because the B's on the bottom. Okay, so those of you that have fast hands, tell me what B is, side B. I'm not going to solve it again because it's the same as the other one. 24.6. Get some confirmations just to make sure. Yes, I see your head shaking, yes. Okay. If you get a different number, check with your neighbor, okay? Usually it's, you typed in it wrong.
It would be 24.7.
7 if you round? Okay. Yeah, not until you were to round, but we're gonna round to the nearest 10, so. Very good, okay. And now we look for side C. Again, you could use the fraction B, but I'm gonna use fraction A because that's the one that they gave us. Elijah, you look a little off. Did you not get this?
Oh, I probably did the other one.
You did the side C maybe
Yeah,
first?
I
Okay.
did C.
Hold on to it and let's see if it matches this one, okay? sign 57, and you could 100% do that, because you don't have to do it in a particular order. You could find that one first and then the other. So what's the angle on C? 108. Thank you. Okay, there's the setup. So you'd flip, multiply both sides by sine 108. And side C equals 90.8. We get some confirmations with that. It's I see here chicken. Is that the one you had done first, Elijah? No, you said no link?
No, I said yeah.
Okay.
90.72.
Oh, okay, so this is a little bit off. Is it, are you getting 0.7 or 0.8? 7, okay. Just check a little bit there, okay. Why are we getting like different decimals? Like if you divided first and then you multiplied and you didn't use all the decimals, that could cause an issue, but. So anyways, the total would be this plus 80, was it $80 side, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 80, right? So what would the whole total be? So it'd be 24.7 plus 90.7. When you're adding those, you don't wanna use the 0.7, you wanna use like the big decimal in your calculator.
195.3.
195.3. Did you use like the whole big number each time, Ray? No, okay, so it might be just the
195.4.
0.4, yeah, that's the only thing that happens. Okay, if you don't use the whole decimal, your decimal's a little bit off at the end. Are we good though? We good? You have no idea?
Yep.
Okay, questions on missing side? And tomorrow you get to practice it. Okay? Alexis? Good? Okay. All right, so we're gonna separate this video because we're gonna go to missing